Maybe you've also held on to someone, not because they were still there, but because inside you, there was something you hadn't managed to let go of. And sometimes, we're not clinging to them. We're clinging to the feeling that we were once loved, that we once belonged somewhere. If you've ever passed through that feeling, you'll understand her. Tonight, she sits in her car, parked in front of a very old place, a house she used to call us. Now it's only a silent parking lot under pale yellow streetlights. Portland's outskirts are chilly at night. Wind slips through bare trees like a long, drawn-out whisper. She turns up the engine. She doesn't step out. There's no real reason to be here, except for something she can't quite name. Her phone rests in her palm. The screen lights up with old messages. The last text he sent 3 months ago is still there. Like a tiny pin, she touches every night just to be sure she can still feel something. She knows she shouldn't, but she opens it anyway. She listens again to his voice in an old voicemail. She rereads every word where he called her baby. As if she listens long enough, if she reads carefully enough, she'll find the exact spot where everything started to go wrong. Every night, like a ritual. And tonight, she has come back here again. Not to look for him. She doesn't believe he's here anymore. She comes back to find a part of herself, the part she feels she left behind in this house. 3 months ago, everything didn't break in a loud argument. There was no cinematic scene. It was just a very small detail. One night, he stayed in the shower longer than usual. His phone was on the kitchen table. It buzzed. The screen lit up under a stranger's name. A short line. "I miss you. When are you coming home?" She froze. Not because she meant to snoop, but because her eyes saw it on their own. And in 1 second, she felt something drop inside her. When he came out, hair still wet, she asked him directly. He gave a small smile, told her she was overthinking, then said, "Just a co-worker." She wanted to believe him. But 2 days later, she saw an auto-saved photo in iCloud. A bar, blue and red lights, a hand that wasn't hers resting on his thigh. He looked at the camera and smiled, a kind of smile she had never seen when he was with her. She remembers that feeling, like her throat fell straight into her stomach, like the floor suddenly disappeared under her feet. The strange thing was, she didn't scream, didn't smash anything, didn't do a thing. She just sat down on the kitchen floor under cold white light, staring at a bowl of soup gone cold, and heard a sentence echo clearly in her head. "So all this time, I've been living inside something unreal." She thought she would leave right away, but she didn't. She stayed a while longer, as if her heart was still trying to hold on to something already severed before she even knew. Until the night he sent the last text. "I'm sorry. I can't continue. You deserve someone better." That message had no meaning left, but she kept it, like keeping a pinch of ash from a house that once burned down. Since the breakup, she has lived like walking through thick fog. Go to work, nod in Zoom meetings, smile when co-workers tell stories, come home, shower, eat something small, and then night falls. And that's when everything begins. In her new apartment, too clean, too empty, She lies staring at the ceiling. No trace of his cologne. No hoodie tossed over the chair. No sound of him pouring water or opening the fridge. Only the soft hum of the refrigerator and her breathing. She opens her phone like a reflex, taps the old chat, scrolls up, reads from the beginning. She listens again to his voicemail, even though she knows that past is already dead. She asks herself 100 times, why did he do it? When did he change? What was I lacking? Where did I go wrong? But the more she asks, the more it hurts. And the more it hurts, the more she can't stop. To the point where sometimes she isn't sure if she misses him, or if she's clinging to the pain because it's the only thing that still makes her feel connected to the story. As if the pain disappears, then everything will truly be over. And she isn't ready for an ending like that. Tonight, sitting in the car in front of the old house, she suddenly sees that clearly. The house is quiet, no light in the upstairs window. At this hour, the lights used to be on. He would work late, then call her onto the sofa to watch Netflix. She still remembers their laughter, the faint, burnt smell of popcorn, and the feeling of belonging. But now, there is only silence. She stays so long that a surprising thought rises. Maybe what I'm trying to find again is the feeling of belonging, not a real person anymore. And right there, she finally sees where her lowest point is. What hurts me most isn't only that he betrayed me, it's that I let my whole self rest in his hands. She had lived around him, weekend plans, dinners, friends' gatherings, the ways she laughed or stayed quiet. She had shrunk herself a little to avoid tension, dreamed a little less because he didn't like drama, ignored the small warnings inside her because everyone gets tired sometimes. Without knowing it, each time she did that, she placed herself into something impermanent. And when that thing collapsed, she thought she would collapse with it. She opens the car door and steps out. She doesn't go inside. She only walks a short stretch on the sidewalk beneath dry maple branches. The city at night still carries ordinary sounds. Cars passing far away, a dog barking, a couple of kids from the end of the street. Life is still flowing. No one knows she's falling apart, and no one needs to. And she suddenly realizes, life doesn't stop because someone leaves. It only stops when we hold ourselves back. She stands under the street light, watching a leaf fall. It falls softly, without hesitation. It falls because it's time to fall. And in that moment, she understands. Her love had turned into clinging. She wasn't holding a person anymore. She was holding a memory. And a memory cannot live with you. It can only stay in the past. She returns to the car, sits in the driver's seat, doesn't start the engine. She opens his last message one more time. But this time is different. She doesn't read it to suffer. She reads it to see. This happened. No need to fix it. No need to argue. No need to break herself trying to understand anymore. She to herself, I'm not someone who was left behind. I'm just someone learning how to let go. Letting go isn't forgetting. Letting go isn't forgiving betrayal. Letting go is only stopping the act of tying yourself to what is no longer there. She looks down at her finger. Her wedding ring is still there. Since the breakup, she has never taken it off. She turns it lightly, like touching a scar. Then slowly, she slips it off. She doesn't throw it away. No anger. She just places it in the car's compartment, like putting the past back where it belongs. A part of life that happened and has closed. She cracks the window open. Cold Portland air flows in, lifting her hair softly. She turns on the radio, not to feel the silence, just to choose an instrumental song, thin and slow, like a friend sitting beside her. In that moment, she feels that him is no longer the center of the story. She is a person who can hurt, who can love, and who can stand back up. She remembers who she is beyond this love. She is the friend who listens well, the woman who cooks chicken soup for sick friends, the girl who loves early morning runs, the daughter who calls her mom every Sunday. Those things don't depend on him, and they never disappeared. And then she realizes what hurt most wasn't only losing someone, but almost losing herself inside the role of the one who was loved. She sees she isn't only the one who was loved or the one who was left. She is a human being far larger than any role like that. In Buddhism, people call this seeing non-self. Not that you are nothing, but that you are not trapped inside a name, a role, or a story that has ended. And when she sees that, she knows she's still whole, still worthy. You don't lose your worth just because someone can't see it anymore. She looks at the road ahead through the windshield. She still doesn't know what the future will be like. She's still sad. She will still have moments of weakness. But tonight, she isn't standing in the mud anymore. She has pulled her foot out of clinging. She opens her phone, deletes the shortcut to the old conversation from her home screen. Not because she hates him, but because she doesn't want to stab herself one more time each night. She types a note. I am not this pain. I am only passing through it. Then she starts the engine. The car rolls forward slowly. She dynamics. A new beginning doesn't need to be loud. It only needs to be real enough. And becoming beginning again is the moment we stop holding a hand that a long let go, so we can take back our own hand.